There has been a lot of acknowledgement of the role of Field Marshal Manik Shaw in particular, but Uttam Reddy, lot of food for thought given by Sudhanshu Trivedi. It's one thing for the Congress to constantly hark back to Indira's legacy, but they say, according to the BJP, your party itself is undermining Mrs. Gandhi's legacy. Her legacy, according to them, was that of the muscular nationalist. They claim the new Congress's legacy is not that. How do you respond that they claim you don't have some sole prerogative or monopoly to decide how the present government remembers 50 years of the 71 war?
Rajdeep,
yes.
Let me first, introduce myself properly. I'm a former Air Force fighter pilot.
You are, yes.
I was decorated for gallantry, and I'm also a student of military history. What you asked and what Sudhanshu replied, what he spoke about was all irrelevant to what subject we're discussing today. I must tell you, Rajdeep, when I was in the Lok Sabha when it started, and when I heard the Lok Sabha speaker's statement on the Bangladesh Liberation War 50th anniversary, I was a little surprised because there was no mention of Mrs. Gandhi's role. Then later I also came to know that neither the Prime Minister nor the Defence Minister, nobody had the courtesy or the grace to mention Mrs. Gandhi's decisive, spectacular leadership, which which was instrumental in India winning the 71 war so decisively. Rajdeep, in the last 100 years, probably one of the most decisive, significant victories in any military war was the 1971 war. It is undoubted to any military historian that India achieved that kind of a result largely because of Mrs. Gandhi's leadership. Whether it was handling of the international affairs, signing of the cooperation with the Soviet Union, ignoring whatever the US was bullying tactics, sending the 7th Fleet into the Indian Ocean, she stood her ground, she encouraged our military leaders, and of course, we all know, I won't go to the details of the war.
Uttam Reddy, why should the military leaders
really
also
shocking,
not, 1 minute, why should the military leaders not get their due on a day like today? The Congress party may believe that Mrs. Gandhi solely is instrumental, provided the leadership. I don't think anyone denies Mrs. Gandhi's contribution. But if the military today is celebrated, why is it's not as if the BJP has said that Mrs. Gandhi did not play an important role. I haven't heard a BJP leader, at least as far as 71 goes, attacking Mrs. Gandhi. They attack her for the emergency of 75. They don't attack her for 71. They cannot afford to. There's nothing to attack her on.
The statement of the statement in both houses of the parliament today, or what the Prime Minister said, or the Defence Minister said, nowhere have they acknowledged Mrs. Gandhi's decisive, spectacular leadership of the 71 war. You are right about the military leaders and about the military officers and the Jawans. Congress party has never underplayed their role. We have always honored it. I must tell you that yesterday we had our Congress party celebrations of the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh Liberation War. We had Field Marshal Manik Shaw, General Jacob, A. Marshal Lal, all of these photographs there. A beautiful photograph exhibition with all the military leaders. And we had several Bangladesh war heroes come and speak on the occasion. So Congress party has always acknowledged the role of the military, but it is very shocking that the Prime Minister and Defence Minister decide to ignore the role of Mrs. Gandhi in 71 war. Okay. Rajdeep, I must tell you one thing.
Yes.
I've seen in the last 2.5 years of this parliament, this Lok Sabha, Mr. Narendra Modi seems to have an obsession about underplaying or undermining the role of Nehru-Gandhi family in building India. Whether it is the 71 war or whatever, our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's contribution to building modern India, they always seem to wanting to ignore it or to distort history or undermine it. It's totally a lack of grace, cheap, petty politics being paid on such a significant...